Welcome back. So yeah, Binal, you want to share some example?
Yep. So say someone has a perception, that someone has an ambition that I want to become something. Say, for example, I want to become an athlete in like a sprinter and participate in competition. And that starts becoming as a career perhaps. And one is practicing day in and day out to get
Okay,
better
so
at it.
let's go with illustration. So you are saying, just a second, sorry. So P3, the ambition, right? You are talking about ambition. Is it visible? The screen? Binal, are
Yes,
you there?
yes.
Binal's video is frozen. Binal's video is frozen.
Yes.
Yeah, she was mentioning about an ambition. Ambition means an image which is bringing P2. That is the sensation. This is actually ambition. This actually is an image of success. Image of success. Right? Now, one is mesmerized with this. Binal is dropped off. So we can actually continue. So now one is trying hard to become an athlete. So practicing, P1 is practicing to achieve. Now one may achieve it or may not. Binal is back. Binal, you want to continue?
Yeah, we can continue this.
Yeah.
So one starts practicing,
Yeah.
and two things may happen. One may
Your network is not supporting, it seems. So here, Sanjani, the practicing is repeated and one starts feeling good about it, about the practice.
Yeah.
Feeling good about the practice. And now as an outcome of the practice, one may start tasting failure or success. So in case of failure, one will start giving excuses that this is not possible. This is an absurd thing I have started. So let me withdraw. The justification goes on. And that justification also will form a loop. One would keep on justifying it. Right? And if the success is tasted, then the justification is further stronger, that this way, with practice only, you must attain success in life. So at the beginning, the interpreted something as success was imaginary. Now achievement is another imagination. So it's a loops of imagination that one operates at. This is what Binal you wanted to share.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So Sanjani, somewhat you got some example.
Yes. And there can be guilt or feeling of guilt and shame
Yeah.
also too, that
Yeah.
P1 to P3.
Yeah, that's the failure will give guilt. The failure will give guilt, that why did I start with this at all? Why did I not do something else? All those of stories, endlessly the stories will pop in.
And
Yeah.
looking at the mountain and looking at natural things,
Yeah.
that also
You want to go ahead with that example? Let's do it.
yeah.
So I have a story in my mind that the mountains are so beautiful. One must
Yes.
travel to the mountain.
Yes.
Right? That story is P3. Now I started believing that story and it became stronger and stronger. Now the ambition here of visiting mountain. So glorified image, glorification of mountain is the image here. Now the ambition comes in and this becomes a loop. One is fully prepared now to go to the mountain.
Yeah.
Go to the mountain. So one goes to the mountain. P1. Now, while going, there were a lot of hurdles, lot of limitations of the journey and travel, everything will bring some sort of sensation, painful, pleasurable also. So there will be a continuous loop happening because of this initiative, which was driven by an imagination.
Mm.
Now, after going there, wow, this is so beautiful. So I'm not looking at the mountain actually. I am looking at the image which was there. I'm comparing that image which I was told about. And that comparison actually takes me away from the truth of mountain. So I'm mesmerized with that, and I am mesmerized with an illusion of beauty. I'm not looking at the real beauty anymore because my focus started with that P3, with that image. I'm totally mesmerized and focused with that image, which is an illusion. There's no truth in that.
Yes.
Kalyan sir,
Yes.
why does it necessarily have to be so? What if I'm seeing the beauty for what it is and not coming from the image that I had created earlier? Is that not possible?
Yes. If I'm not considering anything exclusive, but beauty everywhere, that's very much possible. Nothing exclusive. Anything exclusively beautiful is a creation of mind.
Yes.
It's like my like loved ones versus the attachment.
Yes. Similar framework.
Ah.
So actually, I was asking.
Yeah. Say Shinjin. Yeah.
Yeah, you go ahead.
No, please.
ये आयुषी का डोमेन है, ये पहले आप वाला लखनऊ से है ना वो. पहले आप.
I was asking about when inquiring mind is looking at a mountain and is getting pleasure. So that pleasure is coming from P3. That is.
Yes, if I'm considering it special.
If I'm considering it special, but if not, still I'm getting pleasure. Is that possible?
Yeah. The pleasure means what? Pleasure? Light, sound, smell, taste, and touch. That's it.
Just comfort. Just
Yeah.
comfort.
It's a breeze, a
Yeah.
cold breeze, soothing breeze that you are enjoying. That's fine. That's absolutely natural, and which can happen in Kolkata also, wherever you are.
Yes.
But it's like for that cold breeze, we need not to go to mountain.
Yes.
Mountain.
Yes.
Can be even at our home.
So juxtaposing the presence of mountain is the mind game. We juxtapose it. Yeah.
And the
even if I
fixation to.
Yeah, even if I like the beauty of the mountains and the breeze in the mountain, I am not thinking that it is because I'm here only because of that it is like this. At this moment, I am experiencing it, and that from that seeing, from that touch and all that experience which is coming from the five senses, the sensation which is coming, it is not making one feel that that is the only way I can get it, or
Yes.
this is only here in
Yes.
this moment, it is here, and then I just have a psychological perception of it, that at that point of time I felt it like this, and then when I go somewhere else, I am not
I'm not feeling
comparing it. I am not that is when then I'm there wherever. So say I go to a mountain and then I go to the plains and that thing is not there, something else is there.
Yes.
So I'm open to the sensory inputs which are coming there, and that's how I'm going about it. I'm
And
not
that's
comparing,
a
saying,
that's
"Oh,
a
that is
highly
like-"
sensitive state of being. And mankind has lost the sensitivity because of the imaginary driven life. Yeah, Mayavi, you wanted to say something, you raised hand.
So I was just thinking that what about people who take pleasure in pain, masochists? Like, I mean, for them, that is what drives them to do things.
Yeah. So that's the again image driven consideration, where so image is basically something which is non-fact, considering that as a fact. So pain is naturally rejected when one is starting to enjoy pain. That's an image of some goal which one is following, running behind. So because of that, the pain is interpreted like in the walking in the fire, on the fire. Walking on the fire is the same thing, what you are sorry. Yeah. Referring to. Yeah.
Kalyanika,
Yes.
I want to go back to the earlier discussion about seeing beauty everywhere, or seeing love, feeling love for everyone, not just your loved ones. That framework, isn't that unnatural? Because if a mother has birthed a child, gone through her body's gone through a process, there are memories with the loved ones. Yes, they are in the P3. Yes, those images and memories are there, and therefore the reverse cycle is happening. But that's naturally more than somebody else we have no connection with, or we haven't spent time with. Similarly, Arabi slums and the mountains of Himalayas, is it not unnatural to expect that one is going to find beauty in both the places?
Yeah. So here, what you displayed is this number 5. So justification of executed attachment. Now let's inquire. What is unnatural about it. The unnatural is condition. The nature is unconditioned, actually. What happens when we bring any condition, what happens to nature? We actually start defining something special, something specially conditioned, and we start seeing nature in it, truth in it, which cannot be truth, because our condition, our imposed conditions whatsoever, that he or she is my child, or the mountain is literally special, it is a fresh air and all. So we are not talking about the fresh air, we are talking about that experience of visiting a mountain, right? So that specialty, those conditions, when we go for those conditions, becomes a burden onto us, which doesn't allow us to see beyond, look beyond the truth, the major portion of the truth, because this condition is a tiny little portion. As we are, where are we in this truth which is immeasurable? We are literally nothing, because this galaxy itself is a dust particle, and within the galaxy this planet, and then this planet will have these all crores, 100 crores of organisms. And then in that organism, this mankind, and in mankind, this individual who has decided some condition about truth. See the audacity. Now, so you have unmuted to laugh, Shanjini?
No, I'm sorry.
so प्रजक्ता जी आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है. We cannot hear you.
बताया आपने थोड़ा हमें टेक्स्ट आई विल
हाँ जी, तो yes. So Manisha ma'am, do you have any reflection on this?
I'm not able to get this.
You
know,
might
because
not be able to relate,
yeah, relate
but
to this. because I understand
intellectually
that
you are able to understand the impact of condition on truth.
yeah,
The
then we don't it's the larger truth that I get. But
Yeah.
that's the lived reality. The lived reality is that I am continuously creating memories and images of my loved one
And
of my
that's the cause of suffering.
attachment.
That's the cause of suffering. Yes, it is happening. It is
Yeah.
happening, but that's the cause of suffering, because it is a toll on the energy. And that energy, toll on the energy, leads to innervation, and innervation leads to reduction in elimination, and reduction of elimination means retaining the toxin within the body. That becomes literally physical pain within the body. So suffering get converted into the pain continuously. Yeah.
So, Kalyan, sorry.
Yeah, please. Go ahead.
Like Ayushi was saying that I could be in the mountains, or I could be in my own house, and the beauty is in everything for me. I don't have to go to the mountain to experience that. I mean, it's in my mind that if I go to the mountain, I will see beauty. I can be in my house and I love the way it feels.
And
over
considering this, if I restrict myself to go to mountain, that also is driven by P3. Are you able to comprehend this proposal?
Could you just say it again? Sorry.
Considering this thing, that without going mountain also I can be in pleasure. Considering this, if I am restricting myself, that no, I will never go to mountain.
No,
Right.
nothing like that. If I get an opportunity, I will go
we are
there
just
because
inquiring
that'll
the
be another
possibilities.
experience.
We are just exploring the possibilities of a non-inquiring mind. So non-inquiring mind can happen in both the end. One is obsessed about mountain, going to mountain, and one is rigid of not going to mountain.
Yeah, extremes. Yeah.
Yes, both the extremes. Yes.
Sir, can I say something? Kalyan sir?
Yes.
Jitu, I have just joined. I might have missed the wider discussion. So,
we were into mountains.
So I understand that because one has created this imagery about the mountains, one can miss certain facts and in a certain reality, like not getting fruits, but and how difficult it is to live in the mountains. But it's also a fact that जब हम बोलते हैं, for example, we've been saying in other discussions that there's certain areas that are not habitable and not fit for human habitation because it's too cold or it's a desert or something like that. But it's also a fact that our cities have become uninhabitable because of the pollution and the contamination of the soil, the water, isn't that also a fact? And
Yes. Yes.
there's certain areas like the mountains which have clean air and good water and sunshine and
But no food.
vegetation.
But no food.
That is also a fact, right?
But no
But
food.
no fruit.
No food.
But one
Yeah.
can grow fruit.
Yeah, one can obviously. So the provisioning of the basic instincts, the primary ingestions are very important for survival. If under the influence of mind, if we are ignoring that okay, I can survive. Yes,
Survive without
obviously you will
food.
survive. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but yeah. The thing is that because everyone is accustomed to living a certain way, they're carrying on. But I mean, I did realize that it's possible to grow a lot of fruit in the mountains as well.
Yeah. There is not. That's what the obsession of rigidly saying that I'll never go to mountain is another P3 dominating for P2.
मतलब जैसे अभी गुड़गांव में तो hazardous level of air pollution, it's always like this. So I mean, health, I mean, uska necessity bhi to clean air is also a necessity, right?
Yes. Absolutely. If one is obsessed about Gurgaon, that I must live in Gurgaon, whatsoever it condition, I'll go for that, what it's called, air something. Now new machines have come
Air purifier.
Air purifiers. I'll opt some air purifier, but I'll continue with Gurgaon. So that's a P3, P2. We are not judging here anything. We are trying to understand the impact on energy. That's it. Good and bad, right and wrong, we are not exploring.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just exploring different facets. Yeah.
Yes. Right. So toxemia. So toxemia leads to healing crisis, which is a natural detoxification of the stagnated toxin. Now, that's usually comes with the heat as fever. Now, the heat is handled in different way. When there is a detoxification, the detoxification actually has a byproduct of irritation, pain, discomfort. And with the intention to avoid discomfort, we end up suppressing discomfort because it is coming from internal side. It is not a thorn being pricked and you are getting pain from outside. It is from inside, something is coming out. So we actually get confused there and we end up suppressing that discomforting situation, and that leads to chronification of disease. Now, chronification of disease, up to here, actually, we covered yesterday. Now, the chronification of disease is explained here on this chart. So you see X and Y axis, the X axis actually depicts the stages of disease, and the stages of disease are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, which are innervation.
What is the number, Kalyan? No, you're going to explain the numbers.
These numbers are just indicative. There's no realistic connection. The value connection is not there. Just it is from 0 to increasing. It is showing.
Okay.
Right, and so is here also. The y-axis depicts the energy engagement, vitality engagement. X-axis shows the stages of disease, and y-axis shows the how much energy is engaged. Now A, B, C, D, E, F, G are the stages of disease. Starts with innervation, toxemia, irritation, inflammation, ulceration, hardening, and fungation. Now here you see the line is going up and down towards up. That means the energy is getting engaged more and more. It's going up. Now these green circles, the green circles that you see, these all green circles are triggers of spatial elimination, the spatial detoxifications. Now what happens? Okay, and this red arrows, two-headed arrows, are suppressions. Suppressions means initiatives to suppress the triggers of healing crisis or spatial elimination. Now, what happens? A is the innervation that leads to toxemia. We understood that because of the reduction in the elimination, the toxin retain in the body. And are you able to understand why the elimination is stopped logically? Anyone who is not able to understand this?
Is due to further toxin, more energy spent. Is that due to that?
So body runs out of energy while excreting, eliminating. Because the energy was limited, now energy was spent more than what it must spend. So the body runs out because energy is limited. Body runs out of energy to do the last task, which is excretion, elimination.
So you
Elimination,
mean to
basically.
say that all the loops that you've shown till now,
Yes.
all the energy, they are where the energy gets trapped,
Depleted.
as
Yes.
depleted.
Yeah.
And that's why when on a day-to-day, on a moment-to-moment basis, when the actual energy is needed to eliminate the toxins on a
Yeah.
regular basis,
Yeah.
there is depleted energy in the body because it is engaged in so many places, physically and mentally,
Yes. Yes.
in the loops.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Primarily driven by this P3, P2 loops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Shall we proceed? Okay. So, so that's how. Yeah, Ram, you want to say something?
No.
Okay.
So the green is when there is an green circle is when there is
the
an
pain, fever, flu, loose motion.
Okay.
All these.
So, but we preserve the energy and don't support it. That's when the red takes it.
That
and move to next
red takes us. So innervation means tiredness, basically. So when we experience tiredness, clear cut the physical, the P1 says that rest. But I take a coffee.
Okay.
You know, that is red. So tiredness is this green and the coffee is this suppression. So when that happens, then the body end up retaining the toxin, not able to eliminate. Now, reduction in the toxin elimination creates irritation, which is C. Irritation is a nature of toxin. You know, toxin is identified with its irritation. Otherwise, we'll end up ingesting toxin.
So like you explained, enervation, the symptom is tiredness.
Yeah.
Can you explain the B and C symptoms one experience?
Yeah, toxin, whenever there is a retention of toxin, there will be irritation in the body. Wherever the toxin gets accumulated, because body will, depending upon the structure of body, disposition of the body, the toxin will reside in one place in the body. There one will experience pain, irritation, discomfort. Any discomfort that is experienced by the body is due to toxin. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I was trying to understand is if you kind of, like how you mentioned, is a tiredness.
Yeah.
I know the hardening is more of lymph nodes or something forming.
Yeah.
So if you can give some example symptoms, it's easy to relate is what I was.
Yes.
For
so
every.
Toxemia is having the common indication of irritation. That's why second and third, B and C, are actually basically quite together. Yes, Ayushi.
Yeah, I think that he is asking us symptoms for A and B. So if that is the case, then it is not necessary that A and B will show you any symptoms in the body. It's the C is the symptom for A and B, right? If I'm not wrong.
C is the symptoms for B, and A
B,
is,
for B.
yeah, B, and A is actually same. Tiredness is also kind of irritation only. You're right. A and B will be manifested with C as
So
symptom.
if somebody has migraines every now and then, or somebody doesn't have regular bowel movements, those will be all indication of toxemia, right? Those are irritations. Body is not functioning normally.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you have, anything, any kind of regular
Irritation indicates the presence of toxin, over presence of toxin. But stagnated toxin, this is another important. Like, this is mythical to expect that the body will be toxin free. It will not happen ever. If you are alive, then there will be toxin in the body. But what is important is the movement of toxin. So if toxin gets stagnated, then it gets manifested as irritation. Right? So Manisha, you want to say something? You're still unmuted.
Yeah, so it could be regular, whatever discomfort that the body goes through. That is when the toxin is getting stagnated and coming up as an irritation for that individual, for that body.
Yes, it is getting experienced as irritation because that's a characteristic of toxin.
Right.
Yeah. So without understanding this, if we focus on suppressing the irritation, then that is considered as suppression. And that leads the body to inflame. Inflammation means bringing the toxin in a specific space of the body, and that portion gets swollen, inflamed. सूजन. सो हिंदी में सूजन कहते हैं. तो सूजन का मतलब है उस जगह में टॉक्सिन का एक्यूमुलेशन, जमावड़ा हुआ है. और ये भी हमें समझना है, the body is trying to protect the interest of body so that like it doesn't spread across the body. The toxin doesn't spread across the body. It is confined in a specific space, which is deep inflammation. Yes, Ram.
So in probably medical term, people call, like something undiagnosed or something bodily thing. They say, something like a fibromyalgia or something like autoimmune.
Those terms. Any kind of inflammations are termed differently. ITs is a common.
ITIS, like anything ending with ITIS is for that inflammation or infection.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So if interested is inflammation, like people call psoriasis, something like all that.
Yeah. So Vibha, you wanted to say something?
So pain, I didn't quite catch that. Pain is the process of reducing the density of toxins that have accumulated in a particular area.
Pain indicates there is toxin gets stagnated and body is trying to move it. That's where pain basically is a pressure. Pain or discomfort is basically a pressure exerted by the body to move the toxin. And why move? For its detoxification. Because other than that, that movement is useless. And it's by default, it's going to happen. If the toxin starts moving, then it will be going out of urine, through sweats and such things. Few seconds are left. So let's rejoin and continue.